I believe Atiku could have picked Wike as his running mate for him to have a very better backbone. Based on Atiku was selling the last election, but since Obi left him, he became empty.
For presidential election, without UK, PDP go to win.
In my own opinion, Wike is a very, very big fish. And if he leave the party, it would be a serious problem for them.
PDP should forget about South. If they did not sit him on a round table for an amicable discussion, they should forget about South.
If Wike won't go to another party, let him go. After a tree cannot make a forest. Whether Wike day or Wike no day, PDP must move on.
What is going on in PDP is, I would say, is a normal thing when it comes to politics. Because everybody is looking for their own interests. In regards to what Wike and Atiku is doing in PDP, I would say it's just a power tussle. And I believe Atiku could have picked Wike as his running mate for him to have a very better backbone. Based on Atiku was selling the last election, but since Obi left him, he became empty. No backbone, he became so empty. So he needed somebody like Wike to stand beside him for him to still be very strong. But if you say Nigeria generally, if, as you can see, APC has finished Nigeria. I'm of this opinion that it's not about PDP, it's not about APC. We should do something different, of which is Obi. We should bring something different. Okay, they should bring all the presidential aspirants to one place. Let them speak on what they have to offer Nigerians. It shouldn't be, say, PDP or APC. We still have Labour Party. Yes. We have Labour Party. Labour Party is for the Nigerians, is for Nigeria.
It's going for the PDP. Even with that UK, PDP go to win the election. Because UK, when you go to APC, for Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi shows the APC for Rivers. So already the APC that already will do the primary election. They don't do it finish. So when UK run from PDP, enter APC, Rotimi Amechi there for in front. So again, for the second thing, UK you can't meet Peter Obi for Labour Party. So when you run, leave PDP, it's left for him. So with that, PDP go through with the election. Atiku go through with the election. For presidential election, without UK, PDP go to win. PDP go to win without UK. Because the only thing what we need for PDP, make Peter Obi, we want love Peter Obi come to PDP. Then APC, they want love Konkoso to APC. That is why we PDP, we want love Peter Obi to PDP. That is the only thing, because without UK, we feel win our election.
Reaction to what is happening in PDP. In my own opinion, Wike is a very, very big fish. And if he leave the party, it would be a serious problem for them. They know, that's why you can see he was in the news that there's a committee set up to sort of quench the problem that is going in PDP. So my opinion is that Wike is very, very important in PDP. We know his strength. We know what he has done. We know his capacity. He has been the one, even when the so-called the presidential candidate of PDP, he was sitting in Dubai. But this in Wike and some other people are the people, funding the party, even in terms of, when they were having challenges. During the situation of, removal of governor, both from Imo State governor, he was the one that has been, in the forefront of their fight. So I think that for Wike to leave PDP, it will be a very, very big blow to them. My advice is that, just like we said, there will always be aggrieved people. So my advice for them is to, this time, as a matter of fact, find solution quickly to the problem. They should, just like they said that they have committee committee. They set up a committee, you know, to go and meet the aggrieved members. I believe that. I want to advise them that they should do everything as a matter of urgency to make sure that they settle the dispute between them and Wike. But I think that Wike, his grievances of the position that he was supposed to be, I think his position is eyeing the vice president, and they now shunned him out and they are calling him name. I think that they should. Politics is a game of interest. I think that they should call him and tell him, you know, what he wants to hear. I strongly believe, like, for instance, if Wike is not in PDP, they should forget about Rivers State. That's the truth. He is the sitting governor in that state. And definitely he has made a threat some times ago. He said that when he's leaving, all his, from House of Assembly, from chairmanship, all of them will leave. You understand? So I am of the belief that once he leaves, they should forget about Rivers State.
Knowing the betrayal that befell him during the presidential aspirant this thing. In fact, he's one of the pillars of PDP, and at the same time, he's one of the governors that brought PDP to limelight because of what he has done in his state. And that is why he has the courage to challenge the present government and to criticize them to the way he likes. So at this point, if he is taking such decision, all PDP needs to do is to find a way to seek his consent and compensate it where necessary. Otherwise, they stand to lose his state completely. PDP should forget about South-South if they did not sit him on a round table for an amicable discussion. They should forget about South-South because he has. We don't need to say what he has done. If somebody like Tambuwal could stab him from behind, then what else? So his decision is not a wrong decision. And if PDP cannot bring him to a roundtable discussion to come to a final compromise, then automatically they should forget about South-South because he's a strong man and all the South-South believe in him.
The answer is that if Wike won't go to another party, let him go. After a tree cannot make a forest. If Wike is not around, even though if I thought that he's dead there, if I thought that he's dead, can PDP go on? So as far as whether you do or you know the what God assigned is what God assigned. Whether Wike day or Wike no day, PDP must move on. The general election, if I thought that they will count it as votes, they will count it as votes voted. Obi will win by the grace of God. And everybody's hope is Obi. Let Obi come on board. Let us try both the fresh man, fresh party, and the young man, young blood.
I don't want to know whether this party or the other one. All I know is the right person. And I'm going to vote. Let our vote be counted accordingly. No mago-mago this time. Because if there is mago-mago this time, this Nigeria is going to catch fire.